Hello, and welcome to another episode of Untraditionally Traditional, a podcast with me, Brittany Duncan, a millennial homemaker. Join me each week as I share all the things I've learned that make keeping your home, garden, and life running smoothly, all while working. If you are enjoying the podcast, please be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcasting app so you get the episodes downloaded straight to you every Monday. Now, on to today's episode. Hello, and welcome back to episode 15 of Untraditionally Traditional, a millennial homemaker podcast. This episode is about dressing like an adult, creating a capsule wardrobe, feeling good in what we wear, and not being overwhelmed by our closets. And I want you all to know that even with the advice and systems I'm going to discuss today in this episode, I too am human, and I'm recording this episode in some sweatpants and an old college hoodie. It's Monday morning, and I'm doing a quick record, edit, and release before I start the workday because while I had every intention of recording this weekend, it didn't happen, and that is because I had a super fun weekend with friends. On Friday, we went out to dinner with one of my husband's coworkers. Hey, David, if you're listening. Saturday, I had the absolute pleasure of being invited to Vista Farm's first event, which Valerie and Alex threw for an intimate group of friends. We started the morning with an amazing yoga class right next to their stunning lavender fields led by Mary Ellen. You can follow her on Instagram at Mountain Metz, that's MTNMETZ. And after yoga, we had lavender treats and drinks and then hit the field for some harvesting. And it was magical. I love lavender. I come by it naturally as it's Granny's favorite scent, and therefore my mom loved it, and now of course I do. And being in amongst 2,500 lavender plants in full bloom was incredible. I cannot tell you how good it smelled. You can't put words to it. If you live in Boise, or if you ever visit Boise during harvest season, which I think is like June, July, like right now, it might continue into August. I'm not totally sure about that. And you want to wake up your senses, look up Vista Farms. Of course, your nose is in heaven with the aromas from the purple fields. Your hands are working to carefully work with the plants and create your bundles of lavender. So you're incorporating that touch element. Your ears are quite literally buzzing with the sound of honeybees enjoying the field and the chirping of birds and the occasional meow from Bubbles. That was my best cow impression. Isn't that lovely? Bubbles is their pet cow. And your eyes are focusing on everything all at once in the field. I mean, the details of the plant that's immediately right in front of you, the honeybee on the plant next to you, the butterflies fluttering all throughout the field. I mean, I would look to my left and there was, the cattle, a chicken running around. It's so fun. You feel alive when you're out there. And then, of course, taste comes later if you choose to harvest one of their culinary varieties of lavender and create some tasty treats. So that was my morning on Saturday, which was incredible. And then that night, Johnson and I went to a concert with our good friends Marianne and Eric. And then Sunday was catch up and clean up, grocery shop, all the regular stuff. But in the evening, I had the pleasure of joining my neighbor Michelle at Pride and Prejudice at the Idaho Shakespeare Festival. So it was a full and very fun weekend. And while I felt rushed between the events trying to get organized, one thing I didn't stress about was what I was going to wear to these events. And that is because a few weeks ago, I adopted the capsule wardrobe approach. For those of you who are unfamiliar with a capsule wardrobe, it is a collection of clothing composed thoughtfully with interchangeable items designed to maximize the number of outfits you can create with a small selection of clothes. So the benefits of this approach have been twofold for me. First, I don't have to stress about what I'm going to wear. I go to my closet and I choose from 30 items I have hanging. The second benefit is that I look put together after getting dressed because nowhere in my capsule wardrobe will you find yoga pants, baggy t-shirts, stained pants, clothes that are too big or too small. So let's talk about what you will find, and then we can dive into the steps I took to create this capsule wardrobe. In my capsule wardrobe, you will find 4 pairs of jeans because even in the blistering heat of summer, I love a good pair of blue jeans. You'll find 5 pairs of shorts, 2 are denim, 3 cotton. For the cotton, I have a white pair, a blue seersucker pair, and a bright pink pair. You'll find a few tank tops, some with thin straps for date nights and dinners with friends, and some with wider straps I can wear during the workday. I have a selection of t-shirts in basic colors and fits. Some are better tucked in, some are more flowy and can be untucked. I have 2 long sleeve shirts because the evenings can drop down in temperature, 2 cardigans to go over t-shirts and tank tops, 1 dress, and a basic jean jacket. When I first created this capsule, I thought I was going to get sick of the limited number of options. I know 30 sounds like a lot, but when you're looking at it and you're used to having a full closet, it's not. But it's actually been quite the opposite. If you choose like colored items and incorporate basic pieces into your capsule, like blue jeans or white shorts, a black t-shirt, you can swap it up with your combinations a bunch of different ways, and then, of course, accessorize. In my opinion, accessories are really the key to not getting sick of the clothes in your capsule, because you can absolutely change the look of an outfit by changing your accessories. When my grandmother passed, I inherited her large collection of scarves, and since I've added plenty of my own to the collection, it just made me a lover of scarves. And I'm a lover because I love how versatile scarves are. You can braid them into your hair, tie one around your ponytail. Of course, there's a ton of ways you can wear them around your neck. You can add one to a belt loop or tie one on a handbag. They're small, light, and an easy way to accessorize. Then, of course, you have jewelry. From simple jewelry to statement jewelry, expensive and inexpensive. I love it all. I have 5 pieces of jewelry that I wear daily with almost every outfit. My wedding rings and 2 family rings, a gold bracelet that is another family piece given to me by my mom, and a diamond necklace that Johnson gave me for our 5th wedding anniversary. I mix and match silver and gold, and I incorporate other jewelry into my look on top of those pieces. Don't be nervous to accessorize. Use your jewelry. If you have a family ring that you love, wear it. It's what your family would have wanted. It's not doing anyone any favors. It's just sitting in a box, not getting worn. Enjoy it and let other people enjoy seeing it too. If you have some chunky earrings that make you smile but you're fearful are too loud, wear it, own it. The key to accessorizing, or really wearing anything well, is to wear it confidently. I have found that creating a capsule wardrobe has helped me to feel more confident in my clothing and get dressed more quickly, because I know everything I'm looking at in my closet fits. It doesn't have stains or parts that need mending, and it matches the season we're in. I'm not digging through my winter sweaters to find a summer cardigan anymore. So let's dive into how to create a capsule wardrobe, or at least how I did it. If you Google how to create a capsule wardrobe, which is what I did, you're met with several different approaches. And I took a bit from several of them and then left the parts that I didn't find useful. So first, remove everything from your closet. Yep, we're going Marie Kondo here. Step 2, create piles. Donate clothes that are not currently in season, and another pile that's your maybe for the current season capsule. Get tough with yourself here. If it doesn't fit, let it go. If you lose the few pounds or gain the few pounds, depending on your goals for your body, you deserve to treat yourself to a new shirt. Don't torture yourself and clutter your closet with clothes that don't fit, but maybe one day will. One day is not today, and we're building a closet for today. Step 3, talking to myself here, actually take the clothes to the donation center. Don't just leave them in a bag next to your closet or put them in the trunk to take up space for a month. Am I the only one that does this? I swear. Step 4, grab your basics. Your favorite jeans and pants, your favorite shorts and skirts, and some basic tops. Lay them out on the bed and floor. Next, you're going to go through your maybe pile, try it on, make sure it fits, make sure it's clean, and if you decide that, yep, this is one I want to add to your capsule, then you can add it in there. And I'm going to be a little bit broad with this category. I'm not giving numbers about how many t-shirts or how many pairs of pants, because this is going to change depending on your lifestyle, your job, where you live. I actually have 2 capsule wardrobes. One is for Boise and one is for Stanley, which is a couple hours north of here, because in Stanley the temperatures are much cooler and the dress has more of a Western flair than Boise. This helps me to pack for the weekend in Stanley, which we do often super quickly and thoroughly, and look appropriate while I'm up there. I only have a few bright or pattern pieces in my Boise capsule because I like everything to go together easily. And I'm also a sucker for neutrals. So when I look at my capsule, my main colors are white and blue, which is like a clean, light, calm look for summer. Some articles I read suggested picking a mood you want to go for and primary colors before you start. And if you're planning to buy pieces to start your capsule, I think that's a good idea, but I prefer to shop in my own closet first and see what items and colors speak to me. And I would not have considered myself a lover of blue as a color, but then I found myself pulling several blue items. So if I had gone the pick a color, knowing myself, I probably would have picked olive and tan and neutral colors. And I would have ruled out these pieces because they didn't fit into that color scheme. So I recommend, just finding the pieces that speak to you and then trying to develop a trend from that so you can use what you already have. Step 5, once your capsule items are pulled, finalized, you can hang them back up solo if possible. Or find a way to note where your capsule starts and stops. You might hang everything else that isn't in season and you need to put back up into groups of 10 hangers and use a clean trash bag, poke a hole in the sealed bottom side and create a cheap hanging bag similar to a dry cleaning bag that you can put over those groups of 10 clothing so that you're not seeing them and trying to figure out where your capsule starts and stops. This will help you to keep your focus only on the clothes selected for your capsule for this season. Ideally, if you have large tubs, you could fold and store your out-of-season clothes elsewhere. But I know that's not a possibility for everyone, especially in older, smaller homes, such as the one that we have. Closet space is a hot commodity. I'll add a note here that I do keep my PJs and athletic wear out of my capsule, but still handy. And this is how I'm currently wearing sweatpants and a hoodie because I'm still in my PJs. Do not judge me, y'all. I did pare all this down, though, during the purge process. I mean, how many pairs of yoga pants do you really need? When you grab your favorites, every time anyway. Your painting or project t-shirts, get rid of them and keep 2. Because let's be honest, how many project outfits do you need? How often are you really painting something? Use the same shirt. I kept some basic Target t-shirts that were stretched out or had stains as my gardening clothes. But besides that, you don't need every free t-shirt you were ever given at an event. If they are sentimental, consider having a blanket made with them or putting them in a frame. You can search on Etsy. There's a bunch of different options for that kind of thing. So you can actually put it to use versus it sitting in your closet and taking up space and you don't wear it because, it's a generic t-shirt, but it's still sentimental. Okay, step 6. Get dressed quickly and easily. As I mentioned earlier, don't forget to accessorize. If you're looking for new items for your capsule, I can't say enough about avoiding fast fashion and buying pieces of quality. And this is something that I've really dove into within the last year is upgrading the quality of my clothing. So wool, cashmere, silk, linen, 100% cotton, those fabrics are going to hold their shape and last you through many seasons. There's a reason that my garden clothes are almost exclusively fast fashion t-shirts that I bought last year and are no longer something I would wear in public. When you look good, you feel good, and when you look good, you're more likely to want your home to look good too. I really believe that when you get dressed in the morning, you're setting the tone for your day. So dress nicely, even if you don't plan to see anyone. Dress nicely for you. All right, I hope this episode gives you some inspiration to declutter, remove stress, and add a curated style to your clothes. Next week, I'm going to be talking about laundry, how to keep on top of it, and how to best care for our clothes so that they do last us as long as possible. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for listening to this episode of Untraditionally Traditional. If you enjoyed the podcast, please share it with those special people who would love it too, and write a review. For more tips and photos of my home and garden, follow Untraditionally Traditional Pod on Instagram. Until next week, let's continue to make our homes places of joy and service to ourselves and those we share them with.